Squiz Kids acknowledges the traditional owners of the lands on which we podcast, the Turrbal and Kombumerri people.
Squiz Kids! It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Hello and welcome to Squiz Kids Today, your fresh take on what's happening in the world around you. I'm Christy Kijarina. It's Wednesday, November 19. In Squiz Kids Today, an Ice Age cold case, Germany's fluffy traffic jam, a goanna goes to school, and our Hall of Fame heroes. That's what's making news kid style.
The Lowdown.
What would you say if I told you that we're jumping into a time machine and landing in icy Siberia, that enormous icy region in the very north of Asia, 39,000 years ago? Snow swirling, wind howling, and a young woolly mammoth thundering across the frozen ground being chased by cave lions. Yep, they were a thing in the Ice Age. Scientists can't say all this for sure, but they've just uncovered clues that take us incredibly close to one young mammoth's final moments. You've heard of DNA, right? The chemical code found in almost all of your cells that make you, you. Well, there's another molecule called RNA. It reads the DNA instructions and helps each cell become what it needs to be. Skin, muscle, nerve, heart, instead of everything being just identical. RNA is usually super fragile and breaks down within minutes. But in one young mammoth, nicknamed Yucca, it froze so fast after dying that tiny pieces of this molecule survived for around 40,000 years, the oldest ever found. So, what does this tell us? Well, at the time that Yucca died, their muscles were pumping out the same chemical signals that animals make when they're under stress. Coupled with the fact that the remains were pretty damaged, it seems like Yucca may have been under attack. And that's why scientists are so excited, because frozen RNA might help unlock the everyday lives of Ice Age animals, not just their final chapters.
Spin the globe.
Each day we give the world globe a spin and find a news story from wherever it stops. And today we've landed in the German city of Nuremberg, where hundreds of sheep turned the city centre into a woolly traffic jam at the weekend. Every year, about 600 sheep march right through the city's market square on their way to their cosy winter paddocks. You see, in summertime, they live on grassy fields on the other side of the city, munching away like fluffy lawnmowers. But when winter rolls in, their pastures are on the opposite side, and the fastest route from one to the other is straight through the middle. So on Sunday, humans stood back as the bleating, bustling flock trotted over bridges and across streets on their 10-kilometre journey. Locals are encouraged to make space, keep dogs well back, and just enjoy the show. And yes, there's a link to video in the episode notes because how could you not want to see this?
Animal Kingdom.
The office ladies at one Queensland school started their morning this week by backing away very slowly. Why? Because on the wall, right in front of the office door at Palm View Special School on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, was a very, very large goanna. Imagine rocking up before class, needing to grab a late note or drop off a lunchbox, only to find a giant goanna blocking the way. Well, that's exactly what happened, and the office team handled it like champs. They even nicknamed him Greg, because if a goanna's going to wander into school, well, he may as well have a friendly name. Luckily, though, this all happened before the morning rush of students. Sunshine Coast snake catchers were called in, carefully scooped Greg up, popped him into a piece of wide plumbing pipe for safe transport, and returned him to the bush where he belongs. I've popped a link to video in the episode notes so you can see the whole saga unfold.
Sport time!
Why were some of Australia's biggest sporting names dressed up and celebrating in Melbourne on Monday night? They gathered together for the Sport Australia Hall of Fame Awards, and two massive champions walked away with the night's biggest prizes. First up, Formula One driver Oscar Piastri scooped up the Don Award. It's named after cricket great Sir Donald Bradman. It's given to the athlete who has most inspired Australians. And Oscar's electric season, winning 7 of the F1's first 15 races and leading the World Championship earlier this year, definitely did that. He's the first ever Formula One driver to win the Don. Then there's surfing legend Layne Beachley, who took home the Dawn Award. This one's named after Olympic swimming star Dawn Fraser. The Dawn celebrates people who show courage and change sports for the better. And Layne has absolutely done both of those things. She's battled injuries, pushed through tough early years when she sometimes had to sleep in her surfboard bag, and helped fight for equal pay and opportunities for women in surfing. Her impact has changed surfing forever. And who knows, if you love your sport and you work hard, it might just be you up on that stage one day.
This is question time, not sledge time.
Order.
Sit there. Prime Minister resume his seat. Members will cease interjecting. I'm issuing a general warning. There's no point me repeating myself over and over again.
I have asked for silence. I've asked for silence. It applies to you.
Order.
Hands on bottoms, lips not moving. Yes, that was one of the suggestions sent in by a Squiz Kid listener to Federal Parliament House Speaker Milton Dick as something he might say to get rowdy politicians in Canberra to settle down. It's just one of the excellent suggestions that Milton and Bryce discuss in the next Squiz Kids Q&A, which we're calling Squiz Kids Question Time Takeover. To hear what other wacky suggestions the kids of Australia sent in, be sure to tune in tomorrow when the podcast drops. And the best bit, Milton has agreed to read some of them out during an upcoming question time in Federal Parliament when our elected representatives forget their manners. Can't wait for that.
Time for the quiz.
This is the part of the podcast where you get to test how well you've been listening. Question number 1. What nickname was given to the woolly mammoth helping scientists make big breakthroughs? Well done if you knew that his name is Yucca. Question number 2. Approximately how many sheep walked through the German city of Nuremberg at the weekend? Great listening if you knew that it is about 600 sheep. Question number 3. Which 2 Aussie sport legends took home the Don and the Dawn Awards on Monday night? Great work if you said Oscar Piastri and Layne Beachley.
Shout outs.
It's Wednesday, November 19. Today is International Men's Day. It's a day marked all over the world to recognise all the good stuff that men and boys bring to their families, their communities, and, well, just the whole planet. It also shines a light on men's health and well-being, and this year's theme is all about celebrating men and boys. So go on, give a high five, a hug, or a big hooray to the awesome men and boys in your life today. It's also a special day for these Quiz Kids celebrating a birthday today. Mia from Indooroopilly, Matthew from Marsden Park, Valerie from Turramurra, Hayden from Albury, Freya from Castle Cove, Noah from Lowlands, Paris from Lugano, Jethro from White Rock, and Nico listening all the way over there in London in the United Kingdom, and Jet listening from Vanuatu. And belated birthday shout-outs today go to Declan from Ganmain, Henry from Freshwater, Paul from Glebe, Oscar from Rhodes, and Evelyn from Parabadoo. classroom shout-outs today go to Class 4RS with Mrs. Rice at Cathedral Catholic Primary School in Bathurst. Class 3B with Miss Van Herk at Marist Catholic College in North Sydney. And lastly, but definitely not leastly, Class 5-6LA with Mrs. Andriata at Aranda Primary School. Don't forget, if you've got a birthday coming up and you want to shout out, or if you're after a classroom shout out, make sure that you drop us a line at squizkids@thesquiz.com.au, or you can fill out the form on our website. Well, that's all we have time for. Thanks for listening to Squiz Kids today. We'll be back again tomorrow. And in the meantime, get out there and have a most excellent day. Over and out.